Hello my lovely gamers, my name is Jonal. When this video is up, I'm not at home with my computer. I am at my mom's place, visiting her and my grandparents, and studying for my exams a little bit. I'll be back home on Monday approximately, and there'll probably also be a live stream on Monday, or at least on Tuesday. But besides that, that's just a quick disclaimer. Today we are taking a look at the fact that the meta, how it works, is something that people are trying more or less to abuse here in Overwatch. What do I mean about this? Well, I mean that when I private coach people and I watch VOD for them, or I talk to them like, okay, what do you guys think this problem? Or when I watch VODs that you guys send me for coaching videos that will be making a return on this channel, or in general, when I just talk about people and talk with people on my Twitch stream or something like that, a lot of people talk about the fact that, oh yeah, but the team compositions is so bad in my rank. We never have 2 tanks. And also when I jump around, I have a platinum account. For those who watch my stream, I played on a silver account, I played on a gold account. A lot of people always want 2-2-2 meta, or in higher ranks people want a certain dive comp meta or something like that. In higher ups, like Grandmaster rank and stuff like that, people tend to not care as much, but they still do care quite a lot. And I want to talk about why that's not really how this works, and what you should think about when they don't run classic standard meta team compositions. Now, meta team composition essentially means what's the most effective team comp. And there's like a certain amount of these that are kind of like meta. What they essentially, a lot of people rip off what the pros run. So, for example, we see a lot now on Junkertown that the pirate ship is a specific team composition run on a second that map. But essentially what people want, they want 2-2-2, so 2 tanks, 2 DPSs, 2 support, or they want some kind of dive comp. But most people, especially lower rank, want 2-2-2, and 2-2-2 is a very basic, standard, and easy and effective team composition. So I applaud them that it's correct. I do agree that a lot of time running a 2-2-2 team comp is really, really good, but it's not even close to being necessary. I have won multiple games in Masters and in High Masters, even close to Grandmaster, with legit like 5 DPSs and a Mercy in the current meta where Mercy is so important, or 4 DPSs and 1 tank, and running these like 3 DPSs, 1 tank. That's normal. We see this in the pro scene. We see what's called a triple DPS dive comp, but you shouldn't really care. What I believe is most important is you have 1 good healer. That's what you really need. You need 1 really good healer, so an Ana or a Mercy. And in this current meta, so making this video, at least unless there's some patches coming through, Mercy is of course a must spec. So for right now, it's the Mercy. But if not, then the Ana is really good. Having a second support is nice, but it's not a must as long as the healer is half decent. And then it's really nice if you at least have 1 tank, and that's everything. That's a Zarya or a Winston or a Diva. It doesn't really matter. You have 1 healer, 1 tank, and then you have 4 DPSs. That's okay. It's not optimal, but it's okay. And what you want people to play what they're good at. You don't want to force them onto stuff that they're bad at. You rather want a good Junkrat instead of having a secondary shit tank. A guy that absolutely garbage on tank. You don't want that compared to if you want a good Junkrat or something like that. And to a certain extent, it's up to you to a certain extent adapt your playstyle to it, right? You need to instead think, okay, we have a lot of tanks, and only we have a lot of tanks, then I need to play like this. So okay, we run a single tank Winston. Okay, now I need to play like this. So you need to adapt to it. But for example, a lot of people complain that they have like 4 DPSs, 1 tank, and 1 support. That's great. 4 DPSs. That means that you have so much damage output, which no one in Overwatch seems to know how to deal with. People, especially in lower ranks, understand how to a certain extent play against stuff like 2 tanks or 3 tanks. That's okay. But when they play against multiple DPSs, they have like the Junkrat, you have the Soldier, you might have the Tracer, right, and a Widowmaker, because you know a lot of people get snipers on their teams, right? You have that, and then you have a Mercy, and then you have like, I don't know, a Winston, for example, or a Diva or a Zarya. All of that it's just so much damage. It's just hailing in on them. Their barriers will break. They will all get low. And while there of course are very many vulnerabilities to this, a lot of people from, I would say, Master and down don't know how to deal with this. They don't know how to exploit those weaknesses. And while, yeah, a competitive team, so a proper 6-man team, a tier 2 team, for example, or a tier 1 team, will know how to deal with these team compositions and how to adapt to it. Lower ranks team or teams that are just playing competitive will not know how to deal with it. So it's great that you have all of these DPSs. And as I said, it's much better that you have all of these DPSs than you're forcing people over to heroes they don't want to play, or even worse, the heroes that they can't play. So what I really just want to get out with this video, it might be a little bit confusing, is the fact that a lot of people are complaining about these team composition, but it's not the team. 9 out of 10 times, I can talk about this from all private coaching I've ever done, 9 out of 10 times, it's not the team composition's fault. As long as you have one good healer, and it's nice to have a tank, it's not a must, but it's really like at least something with high HP on it. As long as you have that, you are good. Then after that, you know, getting a second tank, that can be good. Getting a second support, that can be good. Personally, I actually endorse, no, that's the wrong word. Sorry, I actually recommend people to rather pick 2 tanks and 3 DPSs and then 1 support than having 2 supports, because a lot of time people don't know why they have 2 supports. And I also want to run a little bit of a poll with this with you guys. Do you guys know what the differences are between 2 tanks, 2 supports? Do you guys know this? Do you guys want to make a video on this? Besides that, guys, I just want to get this out there because I'm getting a little bit tired that people in the community are getting so toxic about their team compositions when it's not the team composition's fault, and they are allowed to use their team composition as a sort of excuse to not perform well, or like the reason that I'm losing is not because I'm bad, it's because my team compositions are bad. And that's what people are so focused on. Don't care too much about your team composition. Play what you're comfortable on and let people play what they're comfortable on. Besides that, guys, I hope you have a lovely gaming experience. As always, my name's been Jonal, and keep the enemy in your crosshair.